Welcome to Module 4 of Gen AI. From Zero to Hero. This one is all about smart prompting and simple workflows. Up to now, we've focused on how AI works. From this module onward, we focus on how you work with AI. By the end of this lesson, you'll know how to write prompts that give you consistent, useful, real-world results, and how to turn those prompts into small workflows that save you serious time. Let's start with the big idea. AI systems are brutally literal. What you say is what you get. A vague prompt gives you vague, messy output. A clear prompt gives you focused, high-quality output. Prompting is not magic. It's not talk nicely and hope. It is a learnable communication skill, and once you understand the principles, you can apply them to content, research, coding, planning, customer support, and more. Think of this module as learning how to talk to a very fast, very smart, but very literal assistant. On the screen, you can see the difference between a clear prompt, precise instructions with context, gives quality output. A vague prompt, unclear, minimal guidance, produces random output. Here's a simple example. Vague prompt, help me with this. Clear prompt, you are a project manager. Read the notes below and turn them into a clear task list with owners and deadlines in bullet points. Same AI, but completely different results. The difference is not with the model, it's in the instruction quality. Every strong prompt follows one simple framework. Role plus task plus context plus output RTCO. This gives you a stable mental blueprint. Role. Who should the AI pretend to be? Task. What exactly should it do? Context. What background does it need? Output. What should the result look like? You don't need to use those words in your prompt, but you should always think through those 4 parts before you hit enter. RTCO turns fingers crossed prompting into repeatable prompting. Another version on this same idea is RTCCO, where one C is for context or background, and another C is for constraints or limitations. We also provide certain limitations in our prompt to help AI think within boundaries. Role is your starting lens. When you say you are a data analyst, the model chooses more precise vocabulary and explains with charts, patterns, and metrics in mind. When you say you are a friendly tutor, the model slows down and explains step by step, uses simple language. Same model with different role showcases different behavior. If you find your answers are too shallow, too technical, or too formal, often the missing piece is the right role. Now, about the task. Vague verbs produce vague results. Help me with this is not a task. Fix this is not a task. Instead, use precise verbs like summarize, rewrite, analyze, compare, generate, classify, prioritize. For example, instead of improve this paragraph, say, rewrite this paragraph in clear, friendly English, remove jargon, and keep it under 80 words. That's a proper task, and then AI knows exactly what to do. Context is where prompts succeed or fail. If you don't give context, the AI guesses, and its guesses almost never match what you had in mind. Useful context includes audience. Who is this for? A CEO? A new intern? A non-technical client? Goal. Is this to inform, persuade, document, or teach? Examples. Show what good looks like. And sometimes we also specify constraints as part of context or as a part of the actual prompt, like tone, length, format, and what to avoid. Constraints can be very useful for AI to set limitations and help AI not overthink. Example prompt, You are a documentation specialist. Summarize the following technical spec for a non-technical customer success team. Keep it under 200 words. Use bullet points, avoid code or math, and highlight what changes for the end user. That's rich context. The model now has very little room to misunderstand. Let's now talk about the last ingredient in this secret recipe, output. AI can give you text in almost any shape: tables, bullets, steps, paragraphs, checklists with emojis if you really want. If you don't specify, it will pick something random. So you tell it, return the answer as a table. Give me 3 bullet points. Write a step-by-step checklist. Write 2 short paragraphs. Output formatting is how you control readability. A project manager might want, give me a task list with task, owner, due date, and priority in a table. A teacher might want, give me a 5-step explanation, each step in 1 short sentence. When you design the output, you design how easy it is to use the result. Let's compare the classic example that you see on screen. A weak prompt, explain solar panels. The AI has to guess, who is the audience? How technical should it be? How long should it be? Should it use formulas, metaphors, or diagrams? Now the strong version, you are a science teacher. Explain how solar panels work to a 12-year-old in simple steps using real-world examples. Now it knows, role, science teacher, audience, 12-year-old, format, simple steps, style, real-world examples. This is the power of role plus task plus context plus output in action. On your screen now, you see 3 levels: vague, specific, ultra-specific. The more specific you are about audience, length, tone, and purpose, the closer the result matches your mental picture. For example, vague, write about marketing. Specific, write a 200-word blog intro about email marketing for small businesses. Ultra-specific, write a 200-word blog intro about email marketing for small business owners with no prior experience, using a friendly tone and including 1 practical tip they can apply today. When you get ultra-specific, you're no longer hoping the model understands you, you're designing the answer. One of the strongest prompting techniques is show, don't tell. Few-shot prompting means you provide example input and example output, then the AI uses that pattern when you give it new input. For example, if you want consistent email responses, show 1 real email from a customer, show your ideal reply style, then say, use this style to reply to future emails like the one below. Now the AI has a pattern. This is incredibly powerful for writing, coding, analysis, tone consistency across a team. This 1 line is surprisingly powerful. Let's think step by step. When you add this, the model often slows down its reasoning, breaks the problem into parts, gives more structured answers. It's especially good for analysis, planning, decision-making, problem breakdown. For example, you are a consultant. Analyze the pros and cons of switching to a new CRM. Let's think step by step, starting with the current pain points, then benefits, then risks, then a final recommendation. With this prompt, you've essentially taught the model to reason in a structured, human way. Now let's move from single prompts to workflows. Mini workflow 1. Notes, summary, email. Paste your raw notes, meeting scribbles, bullet points, half sentences. Ask the AI to summarize them into key points and action items. Then ask it to turn that summary into a professional email. Example. Step 1 prompt. Here are my messy meeting notes. Summarize them into key decisions, open questions, and action items with owners. Step 2 prompt. Now turn that summary into a clear email to the team with a friendly but professional tone. You've turned chaos into communication with 2 prompts. Mini workflow 2. Idea, outline, draft, and polish. Start with a single idea. I want to write about how AI can help teachers. Ask for an outline. Create a detailed blog outline for this idea for non-technical teachers. Expand into a draft. Write the first draft section by section based on this outline. Polish. Now improve the clarity, shorten long sentences, and keep it friendly. This breaks the scary write something problem into manageable steps that are much easier for both you and the AI. Constraints sound restrictive, but in AI, they are your best friend. You can specify word count, keep it under 150 words. Reading level. Explain this at an 8th grade reading level. Tone. Keep the tone neutral and factual. Format. Use bullet points only. Length or quantity. Give me 5 examples. Constraints act like guardrails. They stop the answer from drifting into too long, too complicated, or too vague territory. We can see here the common traps. Avoid doing this. Make it better. Better how? Shorter, friendlier, more technical? There is no context. And then you blame the AI for guessing. Asking for perfect answers without saying what perfect means is vague in itself. Combining 10 unrelated requests in one massive prompt. Do this instead. Define what better means. Shorter, clearer, more formal, more persuasive. Always add context, even if it feels obvious. Break big requests into smaller steps. Explain any domain-specific jargon or unusual terms. Once you learn to see these traps, you'll start catching yourself and improving your prompts on the fly. Complex tasks deserve multi-step prompts instead of analyze this report and rewrite it for executives. Break it down, understand the text, analyze strengths and weaknesses. Rewrite for a non-technical executive audience. Format the final version. You might literally feed this as, first, read the report and list the 5 main points. Then, list strengths and weaknesses in a table. Then, write a 1-page executive summary in plain English. Sequencing your instructions helps both you and the AI think more clearly. One of the most powerful techniques for creators, educators, and professionals is style transfer. You can say, here are 2 examples of my writing. Notice the tone, structure, and rhythm. Now rewrite the following content in my style. You don't need 20 samples. 1 or 2 strong examples are enough. This is perfect for blogs, emails, documentation, LinkedIn posts, training material. You get AI speed, but your own voice. Strong prompts are rarely perfect on the first try. Think in loops. Prompt, send your best attempt. Output, read it critically. Refine, adjust instructions, add constraints, clarify audience, tweak tone, improve, run it again. You can even ask the AI, what information do you still need from me to improve this output? Now the model helps you refine your own prompt. That's collaborative prompting. Once you find prompts that work really well, don't let them disappear into your chat history. Turn them into templates. Summary template, email reply template, blog intro template, meeting notes turned into action items template, analysis template. Store them in a document, a note app, or your internal wiki. You're building your own AI playbook, a library of battle-tested prompts you can quickly adapt and reuse. This is how individuals and teams start to see real productivity gains. Here's your challenge for this module. Take one dense paragraph. It could be from a report, a textbook, or even your own writing. Use this prompt. Rewrite this paragraph in clear, friendly English, using bullet points and keeping it under 80 words. Then, experiment. Try a formal tone. Try a casual tone. Try explain like I'm 12-year-old. Compare the outputs. You'll see very quickly how powerful RTCO, constraints, and tone control can be. You've just learned the fundamentals of smart prompting and simple workflows. In Module 5, we're going to level up multi-step prompting patterns, chain of thought style reasoning, more advanced frameworks, persona-driven prompts, and real-world use cases across work and business. If this module helped you think differently about how you talk to AI, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the advanced techniques in Module 5. You're not just learning to use AI now, you're learning to design how AI works with you. To learn more, visit www.thegeniuscircuit.com. Like the video if this helped you, subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notifications on new videos. Stay well, take care, and I will see you in Module 5.